It gets to a point in your lifting career when you will have to invest a little bit more in gear. And probably the first thing that you should buy is a weightlifting belt. Now, the hardest part for me as a vegan weightlifter was actually finding a vegan, non-leather, good, high-quality weightlifting belt. And that's where Strength Shop UK actually came in. They just sent me this incredible leather-free lever belt, which is like the best seller, and every belt on the Strength Shop UK shop is actually leather free, which is amazing because I think they're like the #1 best-selling belts in the world. If you look at powerlifting competitions and strongman competitions, everyone is using one of these. And since this is my first belt, I'm actually gonna do a little review for you today because it's back and deadlift day. So let's go. Okay, outside the gym, today is a back and bicep day, so it's a pull day. That's the split that I usually run. Usually I start with biceps because that's my weak point, but today, because it's a special day and I have to try the belt, I'm gonna start with deadlifts because I really want to increase my deadlift and focus on deadlifts, so let's go. Okay, instead of just doing the belt review, I'm also gonna give you my best deadlift strength tips. In here I'm starting with a warm-up. I start every single workout this way. I do a little bit of yoga exercises, I guess, a child's pose, upward dog and all of that. And this is mainly just to loosen up, stretch a little bit my lats, my chest, my hip flexors and all of that. I also do some cats and cows to mobilize my spine, which is really important. Seriously, mobilize your spine before doing deadlifts, squats and pretty much every workout. I also love doing these side bends. These are really good for shoulder mobility and thoracic spine mobility, so I highly recommend it. I also did some foam rolling on my quads and mainly my hip flexors because I spend the entire day usually sitting down and they get really tight, and this will actually help you get lower on your squats, lower on your deadlifts. You'll feel so much comfortable in the lower position, so that's why I do it before. Then I usually do this hip flexor stretch just because, again, my hip flexors are usually really tight and I get lower back pain from it, so that's why I do them. Next, I did some stomach vacuums to activate my transverse abdominals, which are really important. They're the ones that will keep you in place during squats, during deadlifts and all. Of course, if you have a belt, you don't need to have that strong of a core, but you should only use the belt when you get to your top set, so only use it when you really need it. Then I moved on for some shoulder exercises. This is just a warm-up. It's great for our posture because we're always sitting down, we get all crunched over and all, and this will open you up real nice. I can't even work out my upper body without doing this. I also do this one for my rotator cuffs, which are really good. And then I moved on for the first set. I did a couple sets with pretty much no weight, just 60 kilos, 70 kilos just to warm up, and I warmed up until I got to 100. Just did 3-4 sets total to make sure I was really warm and getting the technique down. Okay, I know what all of you powerlifters are going to say. You're going to say that I'm really weak and I'm lifting very little weight, but you have to keep in mind that I never actually trained for strength. I only trained for muscle growth. I'm only 73 kg, 1 meter 76 in height, so I'm actually really skinny. you can say, and my deadlift PR is 170 or 180 at 72 kg, but that was like 2 years ago, and I haven't really trained deadlifts since then. So yeah, that's why I needed this belt, because now I'm going to focus a lot more on strength, on especially deadlift and squats. That's why I wanted to get this, and for now I think it's gonna help a lot. Alright, top set 150 for 5 reps. I think I can do it. Okay, and after the deadlifts, I kept on with my workout. I did some chin-ups. I always do chin-ups instead of pull-ups, just because my biceps are my weak point anyway, so I get a little bit more bicep activation during the chin-ups. Then I moved on to one of my favorite back exercises, the bent over row, and especially with the belt, I felt really strong today. I was able to put up to 90 kg on the bar, which is really good, and I was able to get 6 or 7 reps with 90 kg, which was awesome. Then I did my favorite exercise for lat contraction, which is a row down. I kind of named this one myself, and you can see a little bit more of this exercise on my back training guide. It's one of the videos that I did like a couple months ago, so go check it out because it's really informational. If you like the Jeff Nippers type videos, you like that. I moved on to bicep, did some bicep curls, nothing special here, alternating bicep curls, and then I finished it off with some seated incline bicep curls. This is great to hit the outside portion of your bicep. Anytime you have your elbows behind your body, you'll be hitting a little bit more of the outside of the bicep. Every time they're in front, you'll be hitting the inside head. Okay everybody, back in my home gym. Yes, I have a small home gym, and I'm gonna give you my real review of this belt. First of all, yes, it's a belt, but not all belts are created equal. And there's a couple reasons why I actually chose to work with Strength Shop UK. They sent me this, thank you so much to the guys there. First one is, of course, it's leather free. As a vegan, I don't use any leather, and sometimes it's hard to find some leather free good quality belts, which is weird because leather belts are actually really bad because they need to be softer so they can mold better to the body, and leather doesn't do that very well, I guess, but it's okay. Second thing I love, that is a lever belt. Seriously, this is so much easier than all of the other belts. You can just keep it on during the entire workout, and when you're gonna use it, just do this and it's done. And if you wanna unplug it, just unplug it or something like that. That's like super easy and time saving. With all the other belts you have to come here and try to squeeze in, and then to get it out is just a pain in the ass. So I really love that about this one. The second thing that I like is this size. This is the perfect size for me. I mean the width, because I don't know if you can see, but here is the top of my hip and here is my rib cage. So I have like no space in between, and with a lot of thicker, bigger belts, that's really a problem because it just hurts like hell. And I chose this one specifically because of that, and it still does the job really well. So far I really love this. Strength Shop UK is like the best sell belts in the world. If you look at the powerlifting world, strongman world, everyone uses Strength Shop UK, and yeah, I can attest the quality of this. Tomorrow is leg day. I'm gonna use it for squats for the first time, and for 2019 you can expect some pretty big deadlift and squat PRs. For now I'm still gonna focus on growing my arms, which are my weak point, and my shoulders. because gotta get the aesthetics, man, because there's a small possibility that I'll compete next year in men's physique. But okay, so thank you so much for watching. Like the video if you like the video. If you have tried some of these belts, please leave them down below. I'm gonna see you all in the next